DGCA issues advisory to airlines on issue of unauthorized entry into aircraft cockpit. This after series of incidents involving illegal entry of outsiders into the cockpit. So that is the big development that is coming in so far. In fact, what it also states is that instances of unauthorized entry into the aircraft cockpit have been reported to the DGCA in the recent past, wherein people have no authority or purpose were permitted entry into the cockpit. Such an unauthorized presence in the cockpit is likely to distract the attention of the cockpit crew from the sensitive functions and can lead to errors which may jeopardize the safety of the aircraft operation. So this is what the advisory states. What we also know what the advisory states is that the person or people authorized for entry into the cockpit and occupy the jump seat whether provided in an aircraft registered in India during the flight have been specified in the AIC, which is the Aeronautical Information Circular 17 of 2019, which stipulates that only crew members, an officer of the Civil Aviation Department, an officer of the India Meteorological Department, and an officer of the Ministry of Civil Aviation of the rank of Joint Secretary and above, or any flight crew member of the aircraft operator or a duly authorized representative of the aircraft can be authorized for entry into the cockpit. What has also gone on to state is that all right, my colleague Samir joins me on the broadcast over the phone lines. Samir, good evening. Clearly, the DGCA has sent out this advisory to airlines. Is also in the viewpoint that we've seen several instances like this, but tell us the key takeaways from this advisory that's been issued.
So recently there have been a couple of incidents where unauthorized person has entered the cockpit, which simply means that this possesses a risk to the aircraft operations. And seeking these incidents that have been reported to DGCA, now the aviation regulator has issued fresh guidelines for the airline, for the operator. The guideline clearly mentions that the Nautical Information Circular, AIC, has to be strictly followed. This circular mentions that who all are authorized to enter the aircraft cockpit. Apart from the captain or the pilot, the cabin crew, there are a couple of other authorized persons who are allowed to enter the cockpit. But yes, it is clearly mentioned into the circular that who all are authorized and they can only enter the cockpit. Other than those, anyone who is not authorized will not be allowed to enter the cockpit. And if it happens so, if any such case happens so, then the cabin crew or anyone from the concerned airline should immediately report the matter to the DGCA and also to the airline management. And it has also been mentioned in the guideline that if any violation is there, then a strict compliance is necessary, or else there will be stringent enforcement action that will be taken against the person or even the airline as well. So a fresh guideline has been issued by the aviation regulator, which mentions that only authorized persons should be allowed to enter the cockpit. And if there is any non-compliance or violation, then a stringent action might be taken by the regulator. And regarding the same, the guideline has been issued by the DGCA.